Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Noob to Pro series. In this series I'll be doing part 2 of Noob to Pro with Dragon, where I'll help this level 700 noob reach level 1500 pro and reach the 3rd C in Blox. Well anyway, without any further ado, let's get to starting. Start with the raiders. You can grind the galley pirates if you want, but it's up to you. Just be careful to stay away from these NPCs because they have a dash skill. It's very easy to hit you and it does a lot of damage, so it's a bit dangerous. And then make sure that you grind the mercenaries at 725. Don't worry, they're easy, and don't forget that you can grind diamond at level 750. There we go, just keep server hopping diamond once you get to him, and then at level 775 it's time to move on to the swan pirates. Make sure you group them up, or the strategy for this island is to group them up into 3 and then 2 and then 3. We'll be skipping a few areas because they're much harder than this area. Stat check for level 775, 418 melee, 139 defense, 1768 block shoots. And just keep grinding here these NPCs for a long time because the other NPCs have a devil fruit. Did you know that they're the only NPCs in the 1st and 2nd C with a devil fruit? If I'm wrong about that, you can tell me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that is it. Pretty much all the stat points will be put into Dragon because the damage for Dragon is just so high, guys. It's very OP, but it's also a little bit painful for grinding. I would not recommend it for grinding. My strategy for this area is to group up 3 of the NPCs, so 3 on the other side, and then group up 2 for the last skill. This should make grinding here very easy, because the NPCs are so close to the quest giver, and they give so much EXP for their level. Also, they're pretty close together, they're pretty grouped together, and they don't have a lot of HP if I'm being honest. You can kill them, like my strategy for killing them here is Z skill, C skill, Z skill, and then that should burst all their HP. But if you find an easier way to do it, then maybe you can share that in the comments with everyone. But for the people who played old block shoots, which Dragon C do you think looked better, the old one or the new one? If you didn't know, or you just played block shoots before the update, Dragon C used to have a different animation. And now at level 850, you will finally reach high enough mastery to unlock your transformation. The X skill is now multi-target, and all skills have increased damage. The X skill is now very good, guys. But anyway, now it's time to grind the Marine Lieutenants at level 875. Okay guys, I just need to explain how OP the X skill Dragon is now. But anyway, stat check, 14 melee, 139 defense, 2019 block shoots. And guys, watch out if you're using the transformation in this area. It's a bit hard because when you go underneath the leaves, sometimes it doesn't transform properly, but this can be worked around by just coming out from the open area and then into the leaves. So guys, let me just explain how OP this is that using the Dragon X transform. So if you use the X skill, it's multi-target and it has burn damage. I used to think that the C skill would be the most OP, but I think it's actually the X skill. But at level 950, you can move on to my favorite island in the 2nd C, the Graveyard Island. Stat check for 950, 14 melee, 139 defense, 2197 block shoots. My strategy for this island is to group 3 NPCs up, then another 3 NPCs, then 2 NPCs on the other side. So the reason why this area is my favorite is because they're so close to the quest giver, and by the time I defeat one group of NPCs, the other NPCs are already respawned. But skip the vampires. I tried killing them fast, but they're far away from the quest giver and they are very spread apart. So I would just recommend to keep farming the zombies until level 1000. And guys, I would really recommend, this is the area where you should start to use 2 times EXP. 2 times EXP is very good for this area, so if you can get it, then get it. And be sure to congratulate yourself, only about 1% of people who play block shoots make it this far. So make sure to give yourself a little congratulations for doing so well. Then at 1000, then at level 1000, move on to the snow troopers and start farming them until level. I think you have to reach level 1500. Anyway, stat check for 1000 for 18 melee, 139 defense, and 2334 block shoots. Pretty much just keep grinding these NPCs. It's the same. It's slightly different strategy for these ones, but skip the Winter Warriors. They are too spread apart and have an annoying skill with like the slam on the ground. But you gotta grind 3 of these, then another 3, then another 2. I know, guys, it's pretty repetitive strategy, but it works pretty well for this route. It's better than grinding them all up. And watch out for people trying to kill you guys. For some reason I had a lot of people trying to kill me in this area. I don't know what it is about this area, but for some reason I kept getting people trying to kill me. Do not ask me why, guys. Anyway, there we go, we're level 1000. Now we can move on to the lab subordinates. And make sure to congratulate yourself because we're halfway done with the second C. This is a very big accomplishment because the second C is actually 100 more levels longer than the first C. My strategy here is to lure 3 of them to me, kill them, then kill the 2 on the other side, then kill another 3 on the other side. So there's no real better way to do this one because there's only 5 NPCs spawned at one time. So I think this will be the most efficient way, and you should not be waiting to kill the NPCs. I think by the time you kill the 2 on the other side, the other ones should have spawned in. So that's not an issue with this area. And then once you reach level 1125, you can move on to the Horned Warriors. Strategy here is to air camp, because these NPCs have a lot of skills. Or stat check 418 melee, 432 defense, 2450 block shoots. Pause the video if you need it. And then at level 1150, start server hopping Smoke Admiral. Don't worry, guys, he's very easy. You just spam your skills on him and he will die very quickly. And at level 1175, start grinding the Magma Ninjas and keep killing them until 1250. Strategy for this area is just no strategy, just group them together. So the strategy or the method we use is group 3 together, then go to the other side and then kill another 3 and then kill 2. Same strategy as every island, guys. Just group 3 of them together, make sure to lure them properly, and you could also use air camp as a strategy because they have an annoying skill that goes on the ground, but that should not be an issue for you. Yep, there we go. With 2 times the XP, grinding in this area is very fast, especially if you server hop the Smoke Admiral. Guys, I think the Smoke Admiral actually gives more XP, but do not grind at the Magma Pirates, they are too spread out and hard to kill. So you can grind either the Magma Ninjas or the Smoke Admiral. It depends on your preference, it's really up to you what you want to do. But at level 1250 we move on to the cursed ship area and start grinding the ship deckhands. Stat check for 1250, 418 melee, 882 defense, 2450 block shoots. And I kinda get bored if I keep grinding these NPCs, so I'm going to move on to the ship deck engineers. I do not recommend doing this though, because they're a lot more spread out and they're a bit more annoying. But I also forgot to take the footage, but I got Ghoul V3 to make myself look like Kaido. And it's also very useful for Dragon because it gets rid of your 40% of cooldowns. It's very OP, especially for the C skill of Dragon. It's just like you only have to wait half of the time and you already got your skill back. It's very good for Dragon because Dragon has such a big cooldown. Anyway, strategy for this area, group 3 of them together, then group 2 NPCs together, then group another 3 together, and then the quest is done. So just keep grinding here until you reach level 1300, and yeah, level 1300. Should not take you that long, because this area is also another very easy area to grind, especially if you have 2 times XP. Then at level 1300, move on to the ship stewards, but be careful guys, because they can make sure to lure them properly, because they can easily get stuck on the tables. That should not be an issue guys, because you guys are probably pros at luring by now. Just lure the NPCs properly and make sure to burst them with your skills. Should be pretty easy to do that. And then I would recommend to keep grinding here until level 1350, but that is personal preference if you want to go grind the other NPCs, but it's up to you. If you find these ones easier, then go ahead and start farming them, but if you don't, like me, just keep farming the ship stewards, because they're so easy. There's 5 of them in one area. But the only problem with these NPCs is that you cannot transform, but that is not a big issue because it's just such a crowded room. They don't get knocked back a lot, so it's very easy to grind them with dragon fruit in this area. Just keep grinding here until you reach level 350. Sorry about that. But yeah, just 1350. Then you can move on to the Ice Castle Island and start killing the Arctic warriors until level 1400. Stat check is 670 melee, 930 defense, and 2450 Blox hits. Guys, these NPCs are a little bit annoying for me. I do not like them, but pretty much just strategy for this NPCs is to group all 5 of them together. Hint is to use your dragon transform skill with the C skill to group them together, and then kill 3 of them to finish off the quest. That should finish off the quest all good, but this one, I find these ones annoying because you have to wait for the cooldown. I find it annoying when I'm just sitting there waiting for them. Anyway, at level 1375, just keep grinding the Arctic warriors because they are much easier. They only have a little slash attack with the sword rather than the ice. Actually, I think I was wrong about what I said earlier with the NPCs only having the devil fruit. I think these ones have the ice fruit too. So that was my bad. But anyway, if you want to grind a little bit faster, or if you don't want to wait for the NPCs, you can do one quest and then do the other quest. But anyway, at level 1400, server hop the Ice Awakened Admiral. And of course, about what I said earlier, I did not include bosses. Just consider that a lot of people try to server hop this boss for the keys, so he is not often there. So maybe it might be more efficient to just keep killing the NPCs, but it's just up to you guys. A lot of it is just personal preference. But at level 1425, move on to the Forgotten Island and start farming the sea soldiers. So guys, the strategy for these NPCs is group 4 of them together, then go to the other side and group up the other 2, and then group up another 2. So stat check is 995 melee, 990 defense, and max block shoots. So guys, these NPCs kind of give a lot of XP, but watch out because there is sometimes hackers grinding these ones, but not as much as the other NPCs up here. And I would just recommend keeping on grinding the sea soldiers until level 1475 rather than grinding the water fighters, because there are a lot of hackers that kill these NPCs, and not to mention they're kind of strong, and and they're very far apart too, and they have high damage. So if you don't want to farm these NPCs, it is reasonable, but also a lot of it is just personal preference, whatever you find fun. See, the thing is about this game, you gotta find it fun to grind this game. If you don't find it fun, there's no point to grinding this game, guys. But yeah, if there are any those, I know that's probably unlikely, please ban the hackers at these island. These hackers are so bad, they make grinding a lot harder. So if you can please ban them, that would be very nice. But anyway, at level 1475, you can start server hopping the Tidekeeper boss. Just make sure to kill him, take him onto the side of the beach, the side towards the island, because it has a less chance of him spawning the sea beast. Guys, the sea beast is actually very strong. If you feel like this boss is too hard, you can always just keep grinding the sea soldiers or the what is, yeah, the other ones. You can either just keep grinding these ones or those ones. But anyway, look at that, we're one level away, guys. Like, this will be the last boss in the second sea. Just gonna go kill that sea beast real quick, he's so annoying. With Dragon Transform, it is very easy because the damage is, you barely take any damage with Dragon Transform. There we go. Keep killing him, he's almost dead. Check it out, another sea beast, guys. He spawned 2 in 1. It's fine though, we killed him before he could even get the sea beast. Anyway, after reaching level 1500, you can do the Colosseum quest. Here's the code on screen. Enter in that code, and then you will free the Colosseum people, and then you can go fight Rip Indra. Don't worry, he's very easy to defeat. He only has half of his usual HP. So if you just make sure to congratulate yourself because you finally made it to the 3rd sea. This should be an accomplishment for you guys. It is not very often that people make it to the 3rd sea. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to sub and like. It really helps me recommend more videos like this to you. And it also makes turn on the bell, so it makes it so you can see my next video. It's very helpful if you want to watch my content all the time, or if you're a big fan. Anyway, thank you to all my subscribers and supporters. I really appreciate you guys, and click on the end screen to see more content just like this.